But this rap stuff up. I was just curious if you knew about that guy, and he's on the decline, in my opinion. I think people were trying to make it seem like he may have longevity, but people for some reason they'll get tired of certain sounds. I don't know if you know the white rapper that's on the. Well, go ahead. What you about to say? Go ahead.
It's the people. If you don't watch yourself, you could
Mhm.
pick up your phone and get hooked on shorts. Could take out 5 minutes out your day
For
like
sure.
it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
And it's instant entertainment, instant gratification.
Yeah.
People are always on to the next one. With
Yeah.
the guys are always on to a fatter booty in
Yeah.
their mind. But if you turn the lights on, the thing's flatter than white bread. you know, you know,
Right.
the women's always want a big baller, somebody next money. But
Yeah.
you go on, he's scamming. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
People, that's how it's they
And I
can't
think that's how the music
settle down.
industry is. Is the music industry a scam? Like we always think these rappers have a lot of money. They got jewelry. They show us their cars, where they stand. But we all know that the rappers they getting a loan from the company, the music, the label that they're with, and that's
Oh,
something they
whoa,
got to pay. Okay, well, go ahead. What
whoa,
you don't
Brandon,
think so?
don't remove accountability for people. Is music people that scam, and
So how do you
every
go ahead?
person besides you didn't work with Suge Knight took
I forgot
took
you.
took the pen and
Uh-huh.
signed a contract. How it's a
Uh-huh.
scam and you willingly signed a contract?
Well, it can still be a scam. Just like if somebody calls an elder person on the phone and you don't know any better or you don't have any knowledge of the game that they're trying to run. Same. I don't think in 2025 is a scam because
Wrong, Brandon.
we all know
Elderly,
what they're doing. Go ahead.
elderly people got a cognitive imperative. They are legally can't talk about business, and you committing fraud, breaking the law. All
Okay.
right,
Okay.
everybody know that.
Okay. So you
And the people who prey on elderly people, Trump need to lock everyone up for 10 years.
for sure. But I think a lot of these rappers, they didn't have the best education. They didn't go to school. A lot of them dropped out or not reading the contract, starving, hungry. You think they knew exactly how the contract was set up, or they just
Brandon,
didn't? Go ahead. Go
y'all
ahead. I'm
from the
listening.
same neighborhood. Y'all got the same education. What is you talking about?
So, so, so you saying me, you, and them, we're on the
Yeah.
same plane? No, but that's not true. And I think the way people do contracts, they mislead people. They're not, the lawyer that they'll give you is working for them, not you.
In the seventh grade, I'll put niggas in the torture rack in class, people. you know,
uh
ain't you was there, Brandon?
yes, I
Did you?
was. How much?
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. Back then, when people were signing contracts, you didn't know anything about the music business or how it was going to work. But I think today it's a lot different. If you sign in a contract, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. You can't
So
complain.
why you use the word scam? Don't change the goalpost.
Well,
Why
I'm
you
not.
say
I'm not. I'm not
is?
saying to. Yeah, yeah. But I think it's a trap. I say it's a trap because we're always the entertainment. We're always working to make somebody else more money. Whether it's the NFL, the NFL is not necessarily a trap, but it's always going to be people get to a point where I'm working, I'm making a lot of money, but now I'm looking up and I'm seeing the owners, and it's like, hey, I want to make the money they're making and save my body and spend time with my family, but for some reason I can't do it, and I'm locked in this contract. Now I don't want to play. Now I want to sit out. Now I want to protest. I want to be traded. What? How do you feel? You
Bossman Dlow, if it
uh
wasn't for this rap career, I got a feeling his ceiling would be a 3-bedroom corporate apartment
but okay,
on,
but now
on the sixth floor.
I agree, but
Now
yeah.
he purchased a house, Brad. He would never
Yeah.
buy that house if it wasn't for this music thing, Brandon.
But
You
but
know
like
it.
we said, he's elevated his life now. That's a thing in the past. Now his new life, he's looking up some more. So now he's like, well, shoot, I should have even more. I should have ownership. I should have a label. I should have
Who
some
knows?
artists, huh?
D-Lo, he could only want a big booty hole and a boom box.
I
If
think that's
that
where. Yeah, go
if
ahead, go ahead.
if that was his max,
Uh-huh.
he won the game, Brandon.
Uh-huh.
A lot of black kids just want money, $1,000 in their pockets and Michael Jordan tennis shoes. If
And a
they
little
get that,
fame and a little
they
hood
won.
fame. Yeah, yeah. But I think after a while, when his candle starts to fade out a little bit, because he's giving people money probably a little bit. That stuff runs out at a certain point, and now it's like, okay, now how do I get back hot again? And then you're looking at the label, they like, we're not about to put any music out for you because you're not hot enough. You're gonna cost us more money putting an album out or putting promotion into you. So we're gonna have to shelve you like we do a lot of artists. And I think that's why a lot of people get frustrated. Players, artists, whatever it is, people get frustrated because, like you said, you signed the contract, everything was good on signing day. But at the end of the contract or midway, you feel unhappy, you feel like you deserve more, or you want to do more, but they're going by what the contract says. It doesn't the contract's
Hold on,
not
hold
set
on.
up.
Okay. All right. What were we talking about?
No, just saying how you, like you say, you sign a contract, things are good on that day, but when it comes to the middle of the contract or the end of the contract, now it's not really in your favor. It's more in the label's favor or the institution's favor. But you can't be mad at them for playing their role. They boosted you up as much as they could, which helped them. They took a risk on you, but now you can't be mad towards the end of the contract that you don't feel like you have enough money or control as you want.
You're right. So you got to be wise. Get your team around it. Get a person on your side to read the contract, tell you the positives and the negatives. So,
And I was gonna ask you too. Do you know this rapper on the right? I think he got the #1 album. This is Playboy Cardi. Never heard of, but like I say,
I
we're
heard of his name before.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
What song? Name one of his songs.
I can't really, but they can, because now we're older and they kind of all sound the same. If I had to generalize it, it's like, I don't know. It's like rock and roll with rap, kinda, and
He got a
I
big ass head though.
he does look a little. It look a little funny, but
Look at that,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, it look a little
Why they
abnormal, and
do
it
him
look.
like that?
Nah, I don't know. That's
Oh,
a that's
he
a that's
got
a
a
weird that's a weird picture for sure.
he
Or
got an
or this
Olive Garden salad bowl on top of his head. Yeah. Why they do him like that?
nah, that's a bad picture. But or this artist over here, he's more underground. He's a white rapper.
Is
You've
that
heard
the
of Yeet? He
the
does.
guy from England?
I don't know. I think he's from Canada or Toronto or somewhere up there, Vancouver. But he raps with Drake. He does his own thing. He got a big underground movement. He's one of the top artists too. But like, is nobody like that's how we getting older when it comes to music, because like back when we were younger listening to music, we wasn't really trying to listen to what our parents would listen to as far as hip hop, because they would still listen to some hip hop. But we
Nah,
had our
wrong,
but
wrong.
listen what I'm saying. You had your own artist that you started to listen to, even if you listen to what some of your parents listened to too, because we did, but it's totally different now. Because go ahead, what you want to say? Go ahead.
My parents ain't never listened to no damn hip hop.
So they ain't listen to
Right?
Curtis
No,
Blow or Sugar
no.
Hill Gang. Yeah, they've
Born
heard
in the
they've
early 1950s, Brandon.
so your mom didn't listen to any, like, even though Lauryn Hill's not hip hop per
Nope,
se.
never.
She listen. Okay, well, my mom kind of did listen to some of that stuff. She heard some of it on the radio. That's just a fact. My mom actually bought Lauryn Hill CD. But go ahead.
Okay, that's about the only one. What else did she buy? What rap artist did
Will
she buy?
Smith. Well,
Okay,
how about?
okay. What besides that
But
don't
what I'm
count.
saying, what I'm
What's up,
saying is,
JT? How about
shout out.
anybody else?
But what I'm saying is they had their own music and we had our music, right? When we were
No,
introduced to.
you made a bold statement.
Go
Your
ahead.
parents was born in the 50s.
Uh-huh.
And you talk about they was listening to hip hop in the
Whether
90s.
okay. Okay. So your parents didn't listen to no hip hop. Well, what I'm saying is they had their music, whether it was Curtis Mayfield or Anita, whatever genre or style of music they had, you started having yours. You heard some of theirs, but you was pushing yours more, right?
I
Then
guess.
that's huh?
I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. But now kids nowadays, they don't really care about 50 Cent or Ja Rule or some of the stuff we were big on back then. They or the Hot Boys, really, even though the Hot Boys is still trying to be a thing in 2025. Like, these are their stars. They like Playboy Cardi, or and Future may be a little older, but they're fine with deep Bossman Dlow for right now, even though they don't see that he's getting ready to fizzle out a little bit.
This the thing about Brandon. No, hold
What?
on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The
I'm
thing
listening.
about me and Brandon, when our parents had us, they was older parents.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Why would a person 45 years old listen to the same thing a 5-year-old listen to, Brandon?
It happens but it does happen. If you don't grow mentally right, you can still be on par. You can still be on par with
No,
somebody else's music. But go ahead.
45,
Uh-huh.
5 years old.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But can you cuz is that music more timeless than the music being created now? You played older music on this stream, that we've had maybe on the live stream maybe a month ago. Because
When
that music go ahead.
when Brandon's daughter was 5 years old,
Mhm.
I went inside his house. See, when people got young kids and a
Uh-huh.
television, and a person don't got no kids around that age, when
Uh-huh.
you go inside the house, it be an experience.
Well, go ahead because I want to hear
What
this cuz
what's on TV? You
uh-huh.
talking to Brandon, and you hear, "Yo, Gabba Gabba, yo, Gabba Gabba,"
Okay. But
and you
is that
can't turn it.
uh-huh. But is there
Dallas
net
playing in the Super Bowl, and you
uh-huh.
can't turn it. You
But is
know?
that in every household? Do you think everybody household is run in a efficient way or a smart way? Some people don't care. They will be playing the wrong type of music and it'll have an influence on people's lifestyle.
Okay,
Luckily, we had
you're
good
right
parents.
about that. Yeah.
Luckily, we had good parents, but I think I think it's different now. Like some people don't see a problem with some of the music. Some people don't see a problem with Sexy Red music. She's expressing herself. She's showing what I can't even bullshit with trying to explain her music, but she's proud. She's voicing what she want to do. She's in charge of her life, all that kind of stuff. She's a boss chick. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey,
maybe
Brandon,
that's what. Go ahead.
you ever had one of your parents ever smoke a black and mild in the bed?
No, no, but no,
Why not?
because it's not the right thing to do. I'll just leave it at that.
But you think that does happen?
Yes, it happens for sure.
You
But you
think
can you tell somebody that's bad parenting? Can you do that? I don't think you can
yeah,
do.